How do I share that I'm live again? I forgot.
What was the question?
How do I share that I'm live? I forgot how I do that.
You mean to be able to tweet your link and all that stuff?
Yes.
I don't remember either. Off of the laptop, I'm trying to figure out how to do
Well,
it.
last time I just found some way to do it, but now I don't know. This is bad. I forgot how to do it, but I knew it once. Why did this happen? Let me just share my screen. It is, which one of my, is it that one?
Yeah,
No, it's not that
I
one.
may have to, and it's gonna take over my headset on my stupid phone here.
Good, no,
Let
not
me open
Discord,
up
not that
Twitter, and I
one.
can do it on my phone really quick. Not what I want. That's what I want.
Good, now, I am sharing my screen. Now that's settled. Now let me figure the fuck out how do I share that I'm live. Okay, good,
Ooh,
no,
that's a
that.
cool map.
Yeah, I just,
Were you with us during the last game?
yeah, you came out of the mines from the House of Darkness, where you were slaves, and heard the voice of Mindia's patron. That's where we
Do you
last left off.
remember that cave that you and I found? And then there was a that led to a well, Crusader.
Yes, I do remember that.
Okay. We climbed up that, and that led to here.
Oh, cool.
If I remember correctly, we actually had the opportunity to leave because the orc that had the mystical powers attacked the treehouse, and the guy at the treehouse, and then there was an interesting fight there.
Oh no, that was not an
When we
orc. That
left,
was a half orc. That was a hobgoblin who attacked.
Hobgoblin. Sorry, my mistake. And then when we left the treehouse after the fight, practically all the guards were either dead or gone, and so that's when we decided to leave.
Yeah. Booked it.
And we had to make the decision of either going over the wall or through the gate, and leaving that way. And then I had offered the suggestion of going out through that well. That drugstone that we had found. Do you remember that? That I saw that I could, spell colors, all that fun stuff. Okay. Well, I jumped back onto that. You pried me off, or tried to pry me off, and we did a strength check to combat each other. I rolled a natural 20.
That's awesome.
So chunks of the stone peeled away in my fist as you pulled. So I now have a couple of drug stones in my pocket.
Oh god.
I'm also now addicted. To this as well.
I saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Sleeping or traumatized during the whole guards are dead and stuff like that, and I didn't thought that they were dead or gone. I didn't realize it had happened.
Yeah.
I just remember we were leaving for whatever reason. I don't remember.
You left because you could.
Just like, yeah, let's get out of here, and we were figuring out the way to go.
Yeah.
I was so distracted by the gore, like the hot gore.
Yeah, the gore of the place that you left from was quite atrocious, you could say.
Hobgoblin, now he's a hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin.
not a good one.
Yeah, the half goblin is now just a half.
Yes.
Well,
That's certainly something different.
yep.
But yeah,
But yeah, I just booked home. I'm completely here now. We can, like, for me, I can like be completely full into the game now.
but I believe that is all that had occurred that led up to this.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
I don't.
Sums it up well. Just get out of the way because
Remember yet? That's not me reading notes.
yeah, you just get out of the way after noticing that everybody guarding at the time was dead. After having an intense fight with the elf who seemingly had invisible tentacles coming out of his back, standing over an unconscious Geijo, and the hobgoblin being flattened on the ceiling. And then you had a small discussion which way to go, over the wall or through the well.
And to the GM's demise, we went through the well. So, yeah.
Yeah, so you know, and then you just met her
Not done
domain.
that plan.
Oh please, like do you seriously think I have a lot planned? You can't surprise the person who doesn't plan.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't plan anymore, because we've done that to him too many times.
Yes, I planned 3 times. Went completely different route. First time, second time, I did it in a completely different way than I had planned it, and the fourth time, yeah, now I'm not planning anymore because partially I don't want to spend the time on it, and on the other hand, I don't want to be disappointed by things going in a completely different direction. And it's more fun just seeing what happens, and my imagination just coming up with different bullshit on the way.
Yep.
Also, I have not decided if I want to be a warlock, but I leveled up my character to sorcerer anyway because I needed the ASI. So, just letting you know.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah. Later on is still a possibility because now you are in direct contact with a warlock patron.
Yeah, my patron, so it's a possibility now that you get a patron now.
Yeah, for later on maybe you make some smaller deals. Who knows what will happen? I certainly don't.
I certainly don't. That's it.
Oh,
We don't.
okay,
I haven't talked to
that's
my
hilarious.
patron actually live or anything like that before.
Yeah, so this will be
Here's
fun.
a funny thought.
Yeah, what's it for?
I do become a warlock, but my patron is the drugstone.
Yes! Yes!
Oh no.
Yes!
It's so bad. No. Oh, Gold, he's gonna die.
Now he's not gonna die, he will just have a terrible deal on his hands.
A very bad deal. Very, very bad deal.
So yes, we left last session off, you got a long rest, leveled up to 4, and heard the voice of Mindia's patron.
Yep. Alright. So here we are, boys. What in the hell do we do?
Okay, I am gonna do something.
What will you do?
I will find familiar and actually like explore the environment we are before we start adventuring too much and risk real things, you know.
Okay, good. Question. What's your familiar? What animal is your familiar?
I'm going with fucking spiders.
So you choose a spider.
Yeah.
Spiders that are fucking. Interesting.
Yes, two spiders just You just summoned two spiders who are currently in the process of making babies. Who then just disappear as you summoned them with a small note leaving behind some privacy, please.
Okay, when they're done, I'll ask them to scout around.
Well, they just hop back in the little pocket dimension that each person, that each familiar that is created has. So, yeah, basically currently they're in the small pocket dimension that you can pull them from any time you want, really.
Yeah. It's actually a spirit in the form of
Yeah, in the form of of a spider. But in your case, it was two spiders just having intercourse. As you accidentally really just summoned some actual spiders.
That's my luck.
Sorry.
Ah.
Sorry.
Yep. Well,
I couldn't resist the joke.
And this is now canon.
Gold beam to it.
okay. So, did my patron tell me anything important?
Yeah, no, she just greeted you all, saying welcome.
Okay. Yes. Hi. Where can we go from here? Where should we go from here? Do you have any tips for us?
Why don't you come to me for a change?
Where
The
are you?
patron male or female?
The voice is very much female.
Okay. Oh, so we can't no one see her. Okay.
No, we can't see her. So where are you? We'll come to you.
Follow the water.
Up or down? Go upstream, downstream.
It is always upstream.
I figured. So yeah, I'll move upstream, and look around as I go.
Okay, give me a perception check if you want to.
That's what I figured.
I'm sending the spiders ahead, so I can go too.
Not a bad idea. Okay, what?
Yeah, that's the idea of
Show
spiders.
me what I rolled today. 13 perception.
Okay, well, you see Geijo's spider, but you don't really notice anything in particular.
Okay, I'll
Wait,
continue
are
moving out a ways. I think that's about it.
Okay, good. What would the rest of you like to do?
waterfall?
Well, yes, this is downstream. Down goes the waterfall, up goes the water. Up the stream. Yeah, no. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Oh, it is a waterfall. Okay.
Yes, it is a waterfall.
Waterfall. She said go upstream. I'm going upstream.
What would the rest of you like to do?
I have nothing else I want to do other
Yeah.
than go upstream and keep looking for her, see if I see her, or she presents herself to me.
Wow, there's more. Okay.
Yeah.
Is anybody else coming, or are you guys just staying behind while I go wander off to talk to the patron that's speaking to all of us?
Yeah. I will follow to make sure you are okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so...
I will
Yep,
probably
I'm following
also,
too.
as we're walking, see how Gon feels about your patron.
Okay,
And
He's a lord of the forge and craftsman, so he shouldn't care too much. But just do cleric things.
give me a flat wisdom check to see how he feels about it. What you feel how he feels about it, but in a sense.
That's a 12.
Yeah, you don't feel really much. you don't feel much. So he doesn't pay attention right now, you could say.
Gold would be on Iron Hand's shoulders, just singing a tune. We're off to see the lady, the mysterious lady boy. Dee, 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 dee.
Cracked out of his mind,
Exactly.
Okay, good.
God.
Keijo, what do you do?
I soak in my newly found edginess and
He's emo, man.
evil now. And I
No,
send my
emo,
spiders
emo,
ahead.
emo.
Emo. I'm evil also, okay?
Okay.
Yes, yes, of
Okay.
course.
Okay. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying I said
I am totally evil.
Yes, yes, totally. We all believe you. You are the worst person.
wow. If anyone's emo, it's me. Thank you.
You are the emost
More like
person out there.
you're emo and evil.
I am, I just took a look at the spider sheet and it's a 12 passive perception. If anything happens that it can alert the spider, I believe I should get a little heads up. Okay, that's the idea. And I'm following with the spider ahead, me behind her.
The spider is vaguely next to Mindia, yes. And Mindia is basically taking the charge as she was the first person. Walking forward.
Yep. That's cool. So the spider's following me. I'll move up farther. Keep going. Kind of looking around still.
Yeah, if you want to look around again, give me another perception check. Anyone else want to look around?
Yeah, should I roll?
Everybody who wants to look around, please give me a perception check. Mindia doesn't notice anything new.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Nice. There you go. Go Iron Hand.
Okay then. Iron Hand. As as you guys continue walking up, you notice that there are a few raven feathers on the floor. The others don't notice them or just step onto them.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Friends, question.
Mhm.
Go on.
Do ravens normally live in caves?
That
Well, I
I
have
am
never
aware
heard
of.
of trees that can survive in caves too, but yeah, I think everything's quite strange here.
I've been down to a
This
couple
is
of them.
even this is even more of a different cave than our bigger living caves.
You pick up a raven feather, Iron Hand.
I do.
And gold, since you're currently uh, out of your mind with the drugstone, uh, these raven feathers are rainbow, constantly changing colors, instead of the other people who mainly are just one color.
He's going
Then how
in
did
gold stuff.
then how did these get here?
Wanna make a nature check?
Sure.
Would you like to make a nature check to find out?
I might as well.
You you know that with your knowledge of nature, you know that ravens don't live in the Underdark. So there's no logical explanation as to why they are in this cave.
I do
Did
believe
Mindy
there
stop
should.
when she saw the raven, or did she continue? Sorry, just asking if she continued walking or if she stopped to
So
investigate
I
the
didn't
raven.
see the feather. I didn't see the feather. So
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna pick it
Iron
up.
Hand saw the
Yeah,
feather. Iron Hand already
I'll
picked
put.
it up. It's
Okay,
only a
it's
feather.
only one
It's only
feather.
a feather.
Only one feather.
There are multiple feathers. There are multiple feathers. Some of you already have already stepped on them.
I got a
Randall
17 in
and Steven.
perception check. Do I see one?
What did you get on your perception check?
17.
Yeah, you also notice feather is same
I'll
as
take one
gold.
for later. I'll take one for later because I want to cast detect magic with ritual, and I don't want to let Mindia go by herself. So I just keep it for later and follow Mindia.
Okay.
I rolled a gold rolled a 14, by the way. I'm not sure if that means anything.
Yes. Well, you also notice that those weapon feathers, who are basically rainbows.
Okay. And
Yeah, so
they're
that's
not.
no
Ravens and
shenanigans.
Well, he's on drugs, so that's why it looks like rainbows for him.
Pretty feathers.
Yeah.
Tiny friend. No more stone for you.
Oh.
You'll end up rolling with advantage if you get too stoned.
I mean, he has. I mean, the effect will last for 5 minutes even after you take it away.
That's not good. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm still looking for my patron because I hear a
Yeah.
voice. I'm gonna keep walking up here farther.
Yeah, I mean, this is when this map ends, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you continue going up, and there is, and after a bit, like 2 minutes of straight walking, the water just goes to the left, but you see your patron again. Come, my child, to the right is the way.
Okay, I follow.
What?
We are going right, you say.
Yep, I think we'll follow.
The
the
path,
Republican.
the path widens, and you come on out into a very hollow place. And
Ooh.
and ahead of you, you see a woman with a raven.
Oh wow. Okay. I will approach her because yeah, I want to talk to her. So I'll approach, jump down, whatever I have to do to get to that.
Yeah, it's a small jump.
Yeah.
How do you speak to her or address her?
I will kneel reverently in front of her because if I recognize her voice, I know she's my patron. I'll kneel just out of respect.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah, I think Gold said something.
I sneak behind her.
Uh, I'm sorry, I am not sending a single word. It's with gaps.
She's trying to sneak behind you.
Ah. A stealth check then, please, with disadvantage. Because there's nowhere that you can really hide behind. Jedra, are you there?
No, I'm just. I don't see any reason. Like, I think I'm just kneel, imitating Mindia. You know, just okay. Am I supposed to kneel too? I'm gonna kneel. Okay.
So you also go up and kneel next to Mindia?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Then give me a moment. And I will move.
The two spiders they also kneel with their 8 legs.
Okay, go! You wanted to sneak behind the lady. Right?
Testing.
Hello. I can hear you right here. Yeah, I can hear. A stealth check with disadvantage because there's nothing much that you could hide behind.
You got a 14. So the roll check thing.
Yeah, I saw. Let me just roll perception for that lady. This one's hidden.
One.
No.
Here's hoping for a nat one.
The roll is not decided yet. And, well, as you try to sneak outside of her view, you just see one of her eyes following you could say. One of her eyes. She just gives you a slight wave.
Please excuse my tiny friend. He found a magic rock and now smells color. I'm unsure how that's possible.
Ah, you found the drugstone. The half orc just also goes down and Neil just gives her a bow. Iron Hand, do you go directly to gold?
Yeah, I'll make sure he doesn't run off and fall off something.
Got it, because on the sides you can actually fall off into your demise.
I'll babysit
The gold
drug.
dragon, yeah.
The high gold dragon.
Yes!
Wasted.
Oh my god, he's a dragon.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh no!
Oh, that's bad. So bad.
Well, we better get used to it because most likely there will be more situations like this to come. Ah, this is why I love this bullshit kind of campaigns. Ah.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'm sorry guys, I'm really bad at this.
No, that it's one of those jokes that was so bad it was good.
Yeah.
These guys, sometimes I reach this level.
Ah.
By the way, if the shenanigans are too much, please let me know and I will draw them back.
Oh, nah, there can't be too many shenanigans. Because when they bring joy and life to a world and bring even more character to your character.
This is funny.
You are just as bad as a person I know, but you are worse. You should get some more sleep.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had 6 hours of sleep in 2 different breaks in the last between 36 and 48 hours. Not such a good idea.
Yeah.
Makes me a little insane. Yeah, nah, it makes me a little slap happy and insane. So watch out. I might do stupid shit.
Yeah, I can imagine that you will be doing stupid shit when you are sleep deprived. One player being basically high and another one just babysitting the high one. There will be a lot of shenanigans. To put it simply. Maybe a bit of murder? We will see.
I don't know, but not against my patron, thank you. I will
Yeah, you will not be able to kill her. You wouldn't even be able to harm her.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not going to try. So I'm gonna ask her, is there any way that we should be going from here to get out? We're escaping.
Yes, I know. And I also know how you even managed to. There's a plan for everything and a pawn to everyone. Now, rise, my child. You don't need to kneel.
You. So, is there any assistance you can give us?
Why, yes, there's a lot of assistance I can give if the price is right.
You
Everything has
already
a.
have my devotion. What would you
Yes.
like?
Uh, the question is what you desire right now. Because the price is change of the desire that you currently wish to fulfill.
Hmm. I'm like, let's see. I want to take over my hometown. My home kingdom. Ah,
Set off the nukes that we made.
yeah. Is it nice to go?
I mean, do you ask her that question?
But,
Oh no, no, I was just
no,
making a
probably
joke.
doesn't.
I was making a joke.
I mean,
Yeah, how many little nuclear devices do we have?
you made one.
Okay, that's right. We only got one done, but that's still pretty. When we figured out the damage, yeah, that you guys could make. I've just been looking up stuff, trying to learn more and more about things around the area. I was able to find our way here, and that's about it. You guys found the way to get here.
Yeah.
Is this is like the cave I read about, correct?
Oh no, this is an entirely different cave.
Is this different? Okay.
This is
So
different,
nobody
yes.
knows about this even. Okay.
Well, there are two people that you know of, yourself included in that list, that know of this cave.
Oh.
Yourself and the the right the right left hand man, not sure which one he was, of of the mistress of the, well, basically defender or the black dragonborn is a right hand man, and he also has a right and a left hand man.
Okay.
So he is basically the left hand of the right hand man.
Okay.
Interesting.
Interesting. Mhm.
Well, he's the only other person who knows of this cave.
Even there's a hierarchy in the guards there, so.
Yeah, there will always be a hierarchy. Now, I did not expect him to send lackeys, but it is fine, you are free. So, what is it that you as a group wish to fulfill at this very moment?
No longer be slaves. We are helping a rebellion against the mistress.
Oh, please, would slaves be here? Would slaves be in this very room currently holding a conversation with me? You are no longer slaves since you escaped. You are wanted criminals by the House of Darkness, but I will not set out a bounty, otherwise their reputation will be harmed.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, what is your question?
Where are the people I came looking for? The elves that were captured before I came looking for them.
They are
Do you know that?
in a different town.
I
Darkness,
only need you to
that.
tell me where. I only need you to tell me where. And when the time is right, I will go after them and help them. For now, I have a lot to own in India, and until my debt is paid, I'm with her. But if you can tell me where my friends are, I'll
Well,
keep that
they're
information.
in like the next town. I would not be opposed to helping you free your friends.
You will know
That would be very
in
kind.
you will know in what town they are when you enter said town.
Okay.
So there is a plan for everything, I understand.
Yes. And every mortal is a pawn.
Awesome. So we would like to go and head that direction.
Yeah.
Do you know which tunnel we should take to go?
Oh, that is something that I cannot do as there's a plan.
Oh,
But you will know for certain that it is the right town once you enter.
well, which way should we go? North, south, east, west, you know.
I would say follow the crackhead. He will most likely lead you there eventually.
You mean gold?
Yes. Gold or the crackhead. Anything goes as long as he is in possession of the drug rock.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's a treat.
But now, I want you to keep one thing in mind. She said that he will eventually go into the town that you are searching. Yes.
Yes. Now we'd like to. Oh, who will eventually lead us to the town that we want to go to.
Yes.
Because you're on the rock.
Yeah, pretty much. And she referred to you as the crackhead.
Yes, crackhead. Yep. Oh, wonderful. Is there any other help that you can give us before we head on our way?
What help do you desire?
A way out?
Give me a weapon?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So you want a magical weapon?
Well, I already have one, but I don't know if it's actual magic. It is just like, look, bought it. And I show her, like, look, the crossbow, invisible crossbow. I was
That
wondering,
is
can you
not
use it to be more powerful?
It is not magical. It is very advanced for this time.
It is not magical. Surprise.
Now, I do not completely possess the power of enchantment. However,
I see.
I do possess one item, and the price will be the item.
Yes, I need anything that can give us an edge. We are in a great disadvantage.
Just be vigilant and wise when using this item. And she, yeah, no, she throws an amulet to you.
To me, okay, so I take it. I write it down. Amulet.
In a nutshell, it is an amulet of health. Basically, it boosts your constitution. On the other hand, it is very much cursed.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's what
fun.
that's what we like to hear. I'm edgy. I'm cursed.
So, let me just let you know of the curse. Whenever you are concentrating on a spell and are hit, you will make the save like normal to maintain the concentration. But if you, if you succeed on the save, you still keep concentration on it. But you get disadvantage. But no, not that one. But fuck, what was that? Shit.
You fail.
No, it's not part of. It's part of if he saves. And there's a harder one if he fails. It has both benefit and and a neat little. If you save and the enemy that hits you is within 20 feet of you, you can hit him once with a melee weapon that you carry on your person, like a dagger, a staff, a short sword, or anything else. No spells, unless you have a class feature or feat that allows you to do it. However,
Yeah, I don't have a melee weapon, but and I'm really bad at melee, but
then you can just punch them. Then you could just punch them. But if you fail, if you fail, the person's damage is an automatic, gets an extra hit that is an automatic crit.
okay. So it is a Constitution amulet.
Yes, it is a constitution amulet.
That's going.
It is an actual magical item.
So
It,
whenever I'm concentrating and I roll,
it, and you make that con save.
I can attack with.
Yes, you can attack with a melee weapon like your fist, the person that hit you within 20 feet of you. But if you fail the. No, not even as a reaction.
Having a reaction or an opportunity attack.
Yeah, it's basically that.
Giving you.
Yes, but within 20 feet of you if they hit you.
Yeah, if you're already working on a concentration spell.
Yeah. I added the amulet of health to you, to your sheet. Let me just write down its downsides. And upsides.
Sorry about that.
I did not hear something. I did.
That also massive. Okay, I noticed this is wrong. No, fix it later. Move on.
Awesome. Cool. So, you might be beholden to a patron now, by the way, and you're cursed. So that's
I need
bad.
to get to level 3 of roll to get the arcane trickster, so I can't level up into warlock.
Yep. Nope, not yet.
Really need the arcane trickster.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely recommend.
And the 2d6 damage of sneak attack is also really recommended.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So just one more level. Later, I will probably ask for some tips from your patron. Don't worry.
I'm gonna bring y'all over to my dark side.
Join the dark side. Fight the Jedi and claim their power.
What alignment is your patron anyway?
I don't know what is my patron's alignment.
Neutral evil?
Neutral evil? Yeah.
Yeah, mostly neutral evil. Leaning more towards neutral, but still doing evil acts, like giving out cursed shit.
Yeah. Yep. Cause, well, yeah. Gotta throw a little chaos in there.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I'm chaotic neutral, but that's me in life. So.
Michael. I never like wanted to play a lawful character. I never understood the idea of lawful. It's like
Yeah.
something that I usually don't tend to want to do.
I mean, lawful in a nutshell is basically just you follow the law or a personal code.
Now I'm I'm thinking it would be interesting to have Donan go towards lawful evil. That's a super interesting combination.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
lawful evil is the extreme, like the law
Yeah.
to the letter, like no leeway whatsoever.
But they put it in their own way. Like, doesn't matter if they have to murder people or do whatever. They make it work for them.
While still following the law.
Lawful evil to me is you obey the letter of the law in spite of the spirit of the law. That's one way I see it.
Well, I
Because like a normal person would see like a child stealing because they're starving, and buy the
They will have
food for
they'll have
them.
pity.
But a lawful evil character will see that
Would
and
just
have that child
cut the
immediately
kid's hand
arrested.
off. Yeah,
Oh yeah, or
yeah,
cut
cut
the
the
kid's
kid's hand
hands off.
hand off. Yeah.
a
Hand off
lawful,
evil.
a lawful good person would just let the child run away.
The right thing to do.
A lawful good person would just let the child run away. The other people would let the child run away. The chaotic neutral character would possibly follow the child and then teach it how to steal better.
Exactly, or help them be a distraction while they're stealing.
Yeah.
Uh, has it, has anybody read the Stormlight Archive?
No.
No.
No,
No.
never mind then.
Why?
There's a there's a character that is basically the pinnacle of lawful evil.
Oh.
Uh, it giving consideration of of a kid stealing. Well, he saw the theft, picked up the child. And by the way, he is an officer of the law. Picked up the child. Child's there squirming. The child punches him,
Oh God.
and so he kills her right then and there
Oh jeez.
because hitting a officer of the law is penalty of death.
Oh jeez.
And the merchant who was stolen from, the victim, was appalled because apparently he will make a fuss, quote unquote, of of the brats, stealing his stuff, but he will give chase, but then lets them go, doesn't really do
Yeah.
anything about it, because for one they're urchins.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Exactly.
he just flat out killed the kid right then and there in the middle of the street.
Jeez.
Yeah, to me,
Overreact much. Yeah.
that's the definition of lawful evil.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. Right there. Perfect example.
Now, I'm not entirely
Yep.
too sure about what my character's alignment is, but he's definitely chaotic. I'll
Then
probably
let's
say
just.
chaotic.
Yeah, that's the most
Yeah.
safest bet. You can do different shit just on a whim while still just sometimes also doing good things, bad things. Doesn't matter. I want to do it, I do it.
We can save a town. We can also burn it down. Whatever. It depends on the day and what way the wind's blowing.
Uh,
And who pissed you off, helping you out.
I just don't really like it when people choose the really chaotic options for chaotic neutral or good. When one of the roles in the game is no evil alignment characters.
Oh,
Yeah, and they
my
choose
first
that so that
character was evil, or
well,
part of the evil party.
I think they just
Well, I
choose
don't
that
know.
to circumvent it.
I think neutral is like uh, you don't you might burn the town, but you don't want to gain in in benefit of it. Like building the town for your own sake, for your selfish gain. A chaotic
Yeah.
neutral wouldn't have any gain interest in burning the town. But that's the
We might do
strongest
it in order to
distinction.
escape if we have to, you know? That sort of thing is chaotic neutral.
Something that I'm role playing with a chaotic good character is that she's going to lie to her friends if she thinks it's best for them. She's going to spy on them. She's, like she's going to know. I know better. Like I don't need to follow the rules. I'll lie. I'll sneak, and I do whatever. Act
Because I'm
behind their
doing
back.
it for everybody's good.
Exactly. That's how she thinks about it.
That's a good way to play that. All right. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and I guess find our way out of the cave and start trying to head towards the next town or, kingdom, I guess basically is what it would be. See what we find
Yeah.
on our way, going through the cave systems.
Let me just do a little of this, a little of that. Skedaddle, skedaddle, noodle.
Like civilization tends to congregate around water. If we follow the stream, either up or down, the the
This was
entity,
up.
yes, so
Time to
that's
follow back
correct.
the other way.
Just following the river will end up in some kind of town eventually, or a road, a
There.
crossing, something.
Yep.
Well, I'm just, give me a moment, just prepping something.
So, would there be like a raft nearby, or the makings of us just to be able to, tie a few logs together or something?
Give me a moment.
So we just, sure.
Currently preparing something for that.
Oh, okay.
Might take a while, so just have a fun little conversation while I'm.
Continue in our conversation about alignment.
Yeah, it's a good topic to have as well, to just think about what your character will do in certain situations. It can lead to many possible things and outcomes. That it's basically like playing the lottery. It can never be certain what your character will do in certain situations if you don't really know your own character that you are playing so well. It's always just good to think about what your characters will do in some situations and others in others.
Yeah, Mindia is a little less selfish than Ariana is, which was Ariana was the one that escaped from the same place. Only she escaped as like next in line to rule, basically. Because she didn't like the slavery that was going on, but she's very selfish, very selfish.
Like, let me ask you something. After the entity leaves and we are deciding where to go, can we have like a conversation and the long rest that we mentioned? Like maybe
She sticks
do the
around,
same thing?
but she basically, as you guys get quote unquote ready to leave, she just claps her hands and you land here in a new cave.
Oh,
Oh, nice. How wonderful.
We're in a different cave now. Okay.
Well, in a part of a cave that you haven't seen before, basically.
Ah, okay.
nice.
Okay.
So what are
Hey,
those
pretty
two?
lady.
Are the crates and stuff there?
Yes, they are in fact there. You also can see some food inside of it, and the black is simply area that you are unable to see. Some of it is wall, other part of it is just a pathway that you can walk.
Well, we
I'll
definitely
start
want to check
looking
out
through
the
the
crates. Yeah.
Investigation checks.
crates just to be useful.
Then give me some investigation checks for the crates.
Is that like a little hot spring or a pond on the far right right side?
I mean, there are two ones. Which one? The top or the bottom one?
That one, the
Oh
one that you just
shit,
tagged.
yeah.
Which one? Top, bottom?
That one, yes.
That one?
Well, I
The
got
one
a
on the right.
25. I
Ah,
crippled
this
my
one.
investigation.
Okay. Well,
I rolled a 9.
I mean, you can investigate it if you want to. Okay, let's go down the list of the investigation checks. With the lowest first, Iron Hand. You find 2 rotten apples. Next up is Korek, the NPC that's basically sticking around with you guys. He finds some older rations, 2 of them, and you guys obviously have enough firewood. Wait, why did you roll investigation twice, Iron Hand?
I didn't mean to. I hit it accidentally trying to move something.
Ah, okay.
The 9 was the one I rolled.
Yeah, I know. Gold, do you search the crates?
Reason why I was asking about the pond is that he sees the pond
Yeah.
and he immediately disrobes, rows over to it, and starts taking a bath.
Okay, well, you are now currently taking a bath in some water, in some really comfortable warm water. You see some more ahead.
He probably needs a bath, to be fair.
After just fighting the apples, I'm gonna make sure that he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, doesn't drown.
Yeah, understandable. I'm just going to position you on the side.
Yeah.
Hobos are actually supposed to be surprisingly clean. That,
Yeah, okay, good. Next up, Mindia, who got a fucking natural 20. You find.
I'm gonna crit on the important shit, right?
You find. Okay, good. You find 1 healing potion
Nice.
and rations for 5 weeks for a single person.
5 weeks. Okay.
For one person.
Everybody has 1 week's worth of rations because I'll pass them out to everybody.
Yes. And correct.
Everybody has 1 week of rations to
Yeah.
carry on their body right now.
Yes. And here. Kovac has found 5 rations to basically eat for this day. Some older ones that should be eaten quickly instead of those who are still pretty good, like the ones you found.
Okay.
And he hands
rations are they?
just basic old rations, really. Meats.
Hardtack. Okay.
Kartak, yes, the half-orc, the NPC that is sticking with you, who I used to attack.
Hard tack type of ration, which is basically a twice baked biscuit.
Ah. Okay, good. Yeah. And some meat. Basically, salted meat.
Turkey.
Yeah. I just remembered Ironhead doesn't need to eat.
Okay, that's true. So I have 35 total rations. You know, I'll just put 35 rations in my thing, I guess.
I mean,
Actually,
you
it will
can
only.
just use a storage unit.
Oh, that's true. I'll make you carry 25 of the rations, I guess. And
Just give him 35.
unless, actually,
Oh.
here, yeah, I'm taking 10 rations. Gold can take 10 rations, and oh shoot, why did I just blank on your character name? My brain is dead. I'm sorry.
Donan, you mean?
Dolan, thank you.
Donan.
You take 10 rations,
Yes. Thank
and
you
then
very much.
yeah, and so the 5 left over will just store in Iron Hand, and because the other guy found some rations, he can always eat those also.
He found some old
Five.
ones. He found some old ones.
Yeah,
They aren't fresh anymore. They will last a day or 2 at best.
Okay, so he can have those last 5 then that are left. Us 3 will take the other ones, and he can have the last 5.
We need to get an artificer in our group to convert Iron Cannon to a refrigerator.
Yes.
Deal 1d4 cold damage with every attack.
Or just be able to open up your chest cavity and smashing it closed as you stick the head of an enemy into it.
You could probably
Here,
do that
chew
with a
along.
chest anyway. Oh, that's good.
I mean, you are. He has integrated the armor into his body, a weapon into his body. Has been basically the gold storage unit of the party. Uh, so it's not impossible to just build a refrigerator into him.
Currently, I don't have any gold. I think Iron Hand has all our gold, but I think it's all the gold that Gold found.
Yeah, we've
I am the
spent a
Iron
lot
Man.
of gold. I think we invested everything in my mage armor and my fine familiar.
Yeah, we
And
certainly invested a lot.
we had to complement it with some forging, even.
Yeah,
I
I had
don't
to do some
remember.
alchemy into that. I remember that. Yeah.
That's right.
I don't remember the things, but I don't think we are that high on money, and I'm like owning you. Whenever we
yeah,
get some
no.
loot, I'll pay you back. You guys as a whole, the party as a whole.
Yeah, because I don't think I have any gold. If we found any, I have none now noted down, and I'm usually really good about keeping track of that stuff.
And I don't remember if I ever manipulated the gold that I normally have. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I have no gold. So.
It makes sense because we didn't have enough money, and we had to forge some of the materials ourselves, and we needed gold's help for that. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, if we had more money, we wouldn't need this, right? Like, it was a good investment, and the first thing I'll do when we get into battle, I'm gonna cast mage armor in some of you, and it's already like
Oh,
paying back.
I am already fine with mage armor, so don't worry about
Give it
me.
to
I'm
gold. I can
already
give it to
wearing.
gold.
I have
Gold
mage
is going to
armor
be
at
untouchable.
will. I have mage
What
armor
is your
at
17
will.
armor class.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
I guess I give you a.
Gold, please give me a perception check.
No, you can't give me anymore because I already have mage armor, and that's all I'm allowed to
Yeah,
wear.
but I can give it to gold. I can give it to gold.
Yep.
Gold already has a 17 armor class, by the way.
So yeah,
Yeah,
So
I
yeah, that
will
is
make
what it
it
works.
to a 15.
Gold,
Give it to gold.
please give me a perception check.
Before I
armor
roll a
only works.
perception check, I forgot to declare, and not forgot. I was waiting for all the checks to come in for investigation, but I was spreading the spider's web around, so if anything touches the web, the spider will know. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna roll perception check right now.
For the spider.
Yeah, the spider has a 12.
Well, the only person who really can roll the perception check, because he will be the only person who really will be able to notice this, is Gold.
Are you saying perception as in sight or deception as in charisma?
Perception as in sight.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't too sure.
Yeah, the thing with
19.
mage armor is it
19.
people who aren't wearing armor. It won't bring up your AC. It doesn't like add on to your AC.
None of us is wearing armor.
Yeah,
Gold,
exactly.
Gold is not wearing any armor, but he is a draconic sorcerer, so he has a 13 plus dex modifier anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Combo that thing. Go to the middle of combat and do your thing. You know, like middle of the battlefield, untouchable.
Well, Gold, you notice the snout of a crocodile and the eyes peeking out of the water that you are currently taking a bath in.
I cast mage armor at gold.
Only Gold sees
Yeah,
it.
he's already got, and gold only already has a higher AC than you can give us.
And Gold is the only person who can see it, and I don't think any of you aside. You know what? Iron Hand, please also give me a perception check as well. You don't notice it. The only person who can notice it currently is Gold.
I'm the worst babysitter on the planet.
Yeah, you are. You are not watching my kid ever. Of course, he's 14, so I
What
can barely watch him.
what do you do, Gold?
First off, I explain, or I say, "Hey, there's a log with eyeballs on it."
Do you point it out?
I do point it out. Yes.
Good, then the rest of them.
I'll wander over. It got my attention. What the hell?
Looky, look! There is a log with eyeballs.
Get out of the water. Get out of the water now.
The log with eyeballs.
Please come.
Why?
It might eat you.
Why?
It might eat you. Get out of the water, please. You don't know if it's friendly.
Okay.
Yeah, no way to
Okay,
tell
and
if
his
it's
naked
friendly.
little body comes out of the water.
Well, that's pretty much par for the course, I think. You run around naked most of the time, don't you?
I mean, I mainly have like a loincloth or something, you know. And of course, you don't see anything because everything's retractable.
Yep, yep. I don't. Yeah, she doesn't notice.
Or,
Doesn't really.
or at least I presume anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Naked lizard. Okay.
What do you do with the crocodile eyes?
On a lizard, so I don't know.
I mean, because Gold put it out, everybody knows where he is.
Back. Be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Um,
between
um,
and the water.
Okay.
And wait to see if it does anything aggressive.
Understood. Mindia, what do you do?
To look at it. I'm not approaching anywhere near the water edge now because I'm not sure if that thing's friendly. I don't speak with animals or any shit like that. So not a class that does any of that stuff. I have no idea what this thing is, except that it might not be friendly.
That is a fair point. Not everybody
I don't want to
should keep
just
him.
attack it outright in case somebody can talk to it.
Gold, what do you do?
Didn't know what the danger is, so I'm just looking at the log with eyeballs. And then I presume that this is a lava place as well. And then start buffing my scales, I guess.
You do what? Puffing your scale?
Buffing, I think he said.
Nah.
Yeah. I'm assuming that this is a volcanic cave, or at least it used to be. So I pick up a stone off the ground, presumably pumice, and just start, buffing my scales with pumice stone.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really want to just attack this creature for under no provocation,
Well, emerging.
I'm gonna do what I should have done before. I'm
Hmm.
gonna conjure a fish, dead fish, but like a juicy one, and throw it away to see if it goes away and catches the fish.
Well, the javelin certainly pierces the fish that just came flying out of the water.
Oh, it has a javelin, so maybe it's deep.
And it emerges itself out of the water, revealing that it is a lizard folk with quite a longer snout than they normally have, and has quite a lot more crocodile features than lizard.
Okay, just answer me one thing. Did he took the fish
Wait a minute.
with him, like accepted it, or did he just like attacked it and was angry at me?
He threw the javelin at the fish, piercing it in the wall.
And left it there. Okay.
Yes, he just left it there for now. He just left it there for now. Basically, just this is my prayer now. I will keep it. Now the question.
Wait a minute. Is this name Adchuck by any chance?
What?
Is his name Adchuck by any chance?
No.
Okay. Because I have a lizard folk that looks like a crocodile in a cave.
I did not know that. I just looked through the character tokens that I have, and I thought this was fitting. And he speaks up, and the thing is, from what I can see, the only person in this party that speaks Draconic is Gold. So only Gold can understand him.
If I need to, I can cast a spell for comprehension.
Yes, but he will not. But he still won't be able to understand you. You'll be able to understand him, but he won't be able to understand you unless you cast tongues, which you don't have as a
10
spell.
minutes, so go on.
Yes.
Or if gold translates whatever you say, but gold can translate back and forth. I hope.
As soon as I notice they are talking in a language that I don't
Well, they did not start talking yet. They haven't started a conversation yet.
I'll just hold, wait, saw the fish, and I'm thinking about it.
Okay. Well, he begins the conversation basically. Bean. He just says bean. Gold.
He says what?
Bean.
Bean, like a jelly bean.
Yes.
Or like, okay.
Okay. I just cock my head at him. Like, because it's been a very long time since I've heard Draconic.
Little bean.
Is he insulting your size?
He just points at Gold and says little bean.
And I do respond in Draconic, by the way.
What do you answer?
Big bean.
Tiny bean.
I didn't hear that because someone was reading.
That tiny bean was his response.
Tiny bean.
Tiny bean.
I respond in Draconic, ugly bean.
Do you point at him saying that?
Saying that at him, yes.
Beautiful bean! And here's his chest ball saying that.
Wet bean.
Wet bean. This is the strangest conversation.
And you're learning and stuff. Yeah. Riveting. Just riveting.
You two are growling at each other. This is smart.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm taking a pinch of salt and salt and making my ritual. That in 10 minutes I'll be able to understand the Draconic.
Well, the little folk then points at Ironhead and says, Iron Beam.
I point to Iron Hand and say, my bean.
Iron Beam.
Fine.
Iron Bean.
What is
I
this kid's
mean,
intelligence?
yes, we essentially have two idiots talking to each other right now.
Yeah, but on the contrary, one is above average intelligence and the other is below average intelligence.
Which one is which?
Gold is a bit above average and the little folk is below.
Oh god.
Crap.
So it's dumber than
Uh,
you. Yeah.
it's Sonic right now, so come on, switch towers.
Tiny bean, white metal bean?
Hold on a second. We're switching towers.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you actually, but I didn't hear
Nice.
what you said.
He basically
Iron Bean.
he basically pointed at you. Tiny bean, white iron bean, pointing then at Iron Hand.
Yes, yes, Bean. Yes, Bean. No response.
Bean. And he then just starts dancing, singing bean, 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 bean.
Oh god.
He then picks up.
Mimic
That
him.
is terrified. She's shaking her head. Oh my god.
I
Oh man.
believe we have made a new friend. This is
Yeah.
enjoyable.
You
Gold,
want me to roll a
ask
performance check
your
to see how well I mimic?
Yes.
Gold, ask your friend if he wants to come along and help our party. Or we can just leave him here and leave.
You mimic him pretty goddamn well.
Nice.
I'm gonna try to. Oh, this is the cap that I want to play in the campaign now. Just be. It's
We
okay.
already have our beans campaign, but
Yes.
evil beans.
Yes. That's evil beans and not a dumbass little folk who just calls everybody bean and the main characteristic that he can see about him, like a person being small, tiny bean, being made out of metal, metal bean. Or like being green like a half orc, green bean.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. And I guess a thin, I guess a thin person would be string bean then.
Happens to be now.
Well, he just dances for 2 minutes singing the bean song. Bean, 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 bean.
Jeez. Mindy has never seen anything like this before. She is just dumbfounded.
Yeah, it's just a little folk saying something in the connect that she doesn't understand repeatedly and dancing to it. And Gold is copying him.
Yeah, well, Gold, I see you've made a new friend. If he wants to join us, you can have him join us as long as he's friendly, which he apparently seems to be. Um, we should continue moving.
Bean, bean, bean,
Uh, so I guess when the dance is over, I'll just wave goodbye to. Bye, Bean.
Bye, tiny bean. He then just picks up his javelin with the fish and swims away.
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
having a long rest now, or just walking now and find another place to long rest?
I mean, if you want to long rest, you can long rest here, not a problem.
Well,
Yeah, that's fine. If we want
didn't we have a
to,
long
I
rest
thought
beforehand?
we
Yeah,
did because
you
we
did
just
have.
leveled up. So
You did have a long rest when you leveled up.
Okay, so that's done. Okay, so
yeah,
let's
he
go.
went
Let's
ahead
move
and
out.
gave us one. So
Just wanted to
yeah,
make sure it was
okay.
done.
So yeah, if we want to start moving out, India will start heading forward because she's the one who can see the furthest in the dark. So she'll want to be able to see ahead because she can see 120
So
feet. So if every and you guys can come stand next to me as close as you want. That's not a problem. She's not stealthy or anything like that. But she just
that
has
is pretty
120
far.
feet of dark vision, so she can see farther ahead than everyone else.
And if you want to be moved,
And
placed further ahead, let me know, because none of you are in World 20 after all.
And
Yeah,
Gold will just in total get
just keep
dressed and
moving.
grab all his stuff and then jump up on top of Iron Hand.
Oh boy, look, there's another way down into the beans little
yeah,
pool.
and spiders ahead at all times if possible.
Yep. So I can see across that pool. Yep, yep. It's 120-foot dark vision. Thank y'all.
Okay, good. Quick question: what is everybody's passive perception?
My
Yeah, okay, good. No.
Spiders as
my
well.
passive is 14.
Well, it actually doesn't matter because as I rolled and I saw the finish what I got, uh, you guys just see that uh, Bean just comes crawling out of the bean pond and tries to sneakily follow you guys.
We all noticed it. That's
Yes.
fine. Yep. Yep, that's fine. Mimi does not care. She will continue forward into the yeah, forward, onward.
I, lo- I look over and give him a wave.
He motions to Sneaky Bean.
Oh,
This
Can we
is
he
understand him
saw
now?
us.
well. If you casted it as which compared to languages, yes, you did understand him saying Sneaky Bean.
Okay, so I'm not going to react.
I mean, he
I'm
wouldn't
going to
even be able to understand you.
continue to speak, but it's good to know it worked.
Yep. So you can understand him. He's telling us,
Yeah, but
to
I'll just
use
like
Oh
the.
no, he's saying that he's a Sneaky Bean.
Oh, he's a sneaky bean. Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
he tried to stealth after you, which is why he's motioned to Gold because he waved to him, saying Sneaky Bean.
Oh, hidden beam is what he responds with.
Bean just nods.
Oh my god. We've
we
got a
have a new
pet.
friend, guys. Yeah,
Yeah, we have a pet.
I don't. I think it's more than that.
Crouching dragon, hidden beam. There we are.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my god.
Dragon hidden beam.
Crouching tiger,
Holy crap.
crouching dragon, hidden beam.
Yep.
That's it. That's the name of the movie.
Oh god, help me. I'm dying. This is hilarious.
This is great.
Uh-huh. Shall we continue?
I have revealed the map.
Yep, as you're going to do that, I'll wait for a minute to get everyone caught up to me.
Oh, I need to move them.
Uh,
Yes?
Also, as well, I completely forgot to do this. Earlier, when I had to leave, it was my friend calling, and so giving a shout out to him, saying he says hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, friend.
Hello.
Hi
Not that
back
he's
to him.
listening, but hello.
Bean, bean, beep, 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 bean, 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 bean.
He gets the
Bean, 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 bean,
Not
bean, bean,
if
bean,
he not
bean, bean,
listen.
bean.
You better. He better be listening.
Well, Gold said hi. Gold said hi, or Dangerous said hi.
Oh, we were talking
Dragon.
about his friend.
Yeah, I had a phone call to answer, and it was my friend calling me, and I told him that we're alive, so I said I'll give him a little shout out.
Ah, yeah.
I completely forgot about that. Hi, Big Saint, if you're listening.
So, all right.
And you
Let's
better
get this
be,
room
you
on
better
point.
be. Just kidding. Yeah. I'm too funny for my own luck.
Okay, good. Do you just leap out of the cave into the open?
I'm gonna look around first, but yeah.
A perception check then, please.
Okay. Well, 20 was not working for me. Go check. Oh yeah, 8. I did so good on that. Yeah.
This
Don't see
is...
anything. That's fine. Come on, Drew.
Yeah. You see it as perfectly fine. She got an 8.
Yeah. Anybody else want to get a perception roll in there for because you guys are all looking too? I'm sure as you're walking around.
I get a little extra D4 for my height advantage, being on top of Iron Hand.
Yeah, sure. You know what? Sure, why not?
Yeah, I'm not just walking out in the middle. These things here are like a certain amount of height, right?
Yeah, they are small pillars, basically.
Okay, so like you could walk up and kind of get behind one and peek around into the
20.
room.
What did you get?
25.
Oh shit.
Now that's
Oh, okay.
some good perception. You look around, you see Bean being super extremely master stealthy, with everybody having noticed him. And otherwise, it's just completely clear. Even outside, it's clear for as far as you can see with your 60 feet. And yeah, you see nothing. At least the fox have dark vision, right?
I spy with my little eye something starting with N.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Okay. So I guess
Yeah.
I'll move out into the room.
Especially considering that I do not have night vision.
Oh my
So
god. This is pretty appropriate, actually.
perfect.
It is. It really is.
You don't have dark vision? I thought kobolds had dark vision. They're always in caves with dragons.
Oh, kobolds have dark vision. Gold has 60 feet dark vision.
Yeah.
Oh, we do? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lizard
but,
folks don't have dark
kobolds
vision.
don't.
And lizard folk also don't.
Okay.
He's just extremely familiar with the terrain. Which is why he can see.
That's why he's being extremely sneaky. And can't tell that we've all seen him.
I mean, he knows it and can basically notice things around him. He basically notices in the waves inside the cave, but outside he won't be able to see shit.
It's like how I can get up and make it to my bathroom without turning on a light.
Exactly,
Night,
yeah.
You know?
He's so familiar with the terrain that he notices when things are different within it. Like he has lived.
Iron Hands have dark vision.
I do not.
Okay.
Oh, Warforged
So
don't.
I will be just turning his head, guiding him like a horse.
Yes.
I can have like
Oh my
headlights.
god.
Casting light and have to just be like headlights from
Yeah.
Yes, and Bean uses that light to travel as well.
Just stay
Bean,
behind me.
bean, 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 bean.
You could be like Frankie from Civil Light.
Yes.
If you ever seen that show.
It's I've seen One Piece, but I don't. Yeah, I think I know it. Well, but I can't pinpoint it exactly. But I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, Frankie is a side
Oh
boy,
yeah, I know.
and yeah, and one of his augmentations is that he actually has headlights in his nipples.
Wow.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Oh, yeah.
Do we want to
And he can
check
actually
out
do
this other room?
light communications.
Oh no, you are outside now. Oh, and yes, that's over there. That is another room. But technically, you are
Yeah, I didn't
outside
know
now.
if anybody.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
say outside, is outside of the Underdark?
No, you are still inside the Underdark, but outside of the cave in the Underdark.
Yeah.
You're outside of this
In
little
a
cave.
bigger cavernous area rather than the little tunneled caves that we were
Yeah.
in, the
So
little
there's
cave
no light.
systems that go between the
Yes, there's no light. It's just a good picture that was fitting to the situation that we had.
yeah. So we basically, thank God I have 120-foot dark vision. Aren't you happier with a drow? As much as elves and drow usually hate each other.
I'm pretty happy with your company. I can understand a little better your people. I would like to know, though, what you did to become a slave.
That's a story for another day. We should continue on. Let's
Yeah.
just say I
Shall we?
made the mistress upset and she punished me.
Where would you like to go? Uh, I mean, yeah, like, yeah, no, you can't see far because it is the fucking Underdark. There's no light here, really.
Yep.
So, where do you go?
Which way is out of this area, or is it
You,
gonna be a bigger
you
cave?
already left this little cave system.
Yeah. What? So where are we now? Like, what does the area we're in look like?
Look, let me put it to you like this. Jasmine, you can see 120 feet in gray tones.
All the way around. Yep.
What do you think you will see except for the barren wasteland?
Well, I don't know. Like, stalactites, stalagmites, all those fun things. I don't know. Hopefully not scary creatures.
Now, there are no scary creatures.
Okay, so is it just an open vast?
Yeah, it's just open land.
Going. I'll just keep going and leading the party through it. We basically want to go across it to find an opening. I don't know. Do you guys want to stay along the wall and look for another opening, or walk straight out into the middle of the darkness?
Oh, that's a tough question. I enjoy the middle of the darkness.
Oh,
Your turn.
is there any form of illumination?
No.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Except unless
I won't
Firehand
cast
actually does
light.
have light.
Yeah, I can cast light, but I know drows don't like it. So yeah, and I don't want to be seen. Casting light here will attract a lot of attention, I suppose. But I let you all know, I can cast light if you want.
If we get into trouble, we may need you to, just so that everybody can see. But I think we can all manage. And she'll keep her eyes out, looking, all the way around as they go. I guess we'll stay along a wall just to be safe, because walking out into the middle of a place in the dark is basically like going off into the woods without knowing what direction you're going with no compass. You walk in circles, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
let's follow a wall.
I'll follow her. Maybe use
Uh,
the assist action if we need to roll survival or something like that.
Uh,
For those.
I mean, if you are just going to follow a wall, I'm not gonna have you roll survival or anything.
Other than perception, I don't see us needing to do more than follow a wall, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll be able
Curiosity
to
question.
see long before we come up on something. So so
Curiosity
I can
question.
see
How
as far as I can shoot.
I actually cast acid splash on the wall to see if anything dissolves,
Wait.
and I spit acid splash traces that way to see if anything dissolves.
It's fucking stone, it dissolves.
Oh man. I don't know. Some stone is corrosive, or
Uh,
subject to corrosive.
well, you hear, all of you hear, well, not all of you can understand, but all of you hear Sabine, magic beam. In awe.
I can also cast dancing lights, by the way. If we do want to illuminate the area, I can send them out 120 feet away. So,
That's
Well, I
helpful.
was thinking. Well, I was thinking of marking the one side of the wall that we have been on, so that they'll help us get keep us going in a certain direction.
okay.
Yeah, well, yes?
That's why I was testing the wall, see if anything dissolves, and then periodically I would just spit on the wall, like on the left hand side or something, or either that be creative and spit an arrow at the wall.
In case we come back around and find that we've just walked a whole circle around the whole place and found no way out.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
very much
Then we'll know,
happen.
hey, we came here, and this is, but we'll probably notice the opening that we came
Yeah.
through.
And, well, the half orc that has been basically accompanying you so far, uh, basically speaks up. It has been nice traveling with you for, but I think I'll go my own path now, trying to find a way out of here to freedom. There's nothing holding me down here.
Thank you for your company and be safe.
I will. Do you want the
I
sword?
try to pickpocket him.
He does. Well, let me just.
You have a slave?
Do you want this? Do you want the sword back?
Oh, I don't know if we have a use for another sword.
I mean, it's a great sword, really.
Oh,
So none of you would even be really able to use it.
yeah.
Gonna steal
Crusader,
it.
can you?
I cannot.
You cannot. Okay.
Yeah, I can't. So yeah, it doesn't help me any.
And I am not planning on picking up martial classes. So no.
I'm gonna approach
No.
him and I'm gonna say, "Thank you very much, my friend," and hug him and pickpocket.
Well, I mean, well, a sleight of. Give me a sleight of hand check.
He has nothing. We gave him rations. Don't pickpocket him. God damn it.
25. 25.
23. You?
16 plus 7. It's not giving me the result.
Oh, I know it's 23. It shows it for me. Wait, let me just roll his perception check.
Oh yeah, 23. 23. It's right. 23.
Well, he doesn't notice it. And if you're going through his shit, the only things you find are 10 rations. And,
Okay.
the great sword.
No dagger, no nothing.
Nope.
No, nothing, just the great sword and that. Yeah.
He's the same as us.
Okay.
He came
I don't
from
know.
a slave.
Yeah, but maybe
Yeah,
he had like some coin. I don't know.
True.
Like maybe he
did.
stole some coin before he. Yeah, like I don't know anything. A dagger? I would like a dagger. I'm that desperate. I don't have any melee weapons, so yeah, a dagger. So I just wanted to see what he had. I'm not
You don't
taking
have
anything.
it. You don't have anything.
Yeah, I don't have
I can
anything.
give
I
you
have
my.
like
I'll give you my short sword. I don't use it.
give me your short sword. Can I use it? Is it Can I use dexterity?
It is a dex weapon.
Yeah, short swords are dex weapons.
Cool.
Yep.
it's also a martial
I'll-
weapon, so it also is a martial weapon, so you may not be proficient with it.
short sword, if it's a dex weapon, then he is proficient with it.
Well, I'm not taking anything from the half orc, anyways, and
Yeah, I'm
you
giving
don't
him
know
my short
stealing
sword.
from him, so you can just keep going.
Yeah, and he leaves as well.
Yeah, you can take my short sword. I got that from the elf in the tree.
Thank you very much.
Well, are you proficient with simple weapons?
As a
I
rogue,
need
I
dex
think I am.
save.
As a rogue, you also gain proficiency in some of the martial weapons, like short swords. So you have proficiency in it.
I have an arcane trickster rogue that started out with just a plain short sword and or a rapier actually is what it was. That's right, and then progressed on to the crossbrand rapier. So yeah,
Because
you could
he could
use
also
a short sword.
he could also have my modified hand crossbow. To me it's a light crossbow, but for him it'd probably be a hand.
Yeah.
If that's okay with the GM.
I mean, yeah. If you want to give it away, yes.
If he really needs a weapon, I'll let him borrow it.
Yep.
Because to be honest, I don't know why I got those got, got those weapons.
Because it was a weapon to take, and you might as well take a weapon when you get a weapon, because then you have an extra something. And that's the only reason I took it was just in case I need to have a short sword, but I don't use it. So, I'm a freaking warlock. I'm going to thunderclap somebody if they're within 5 feet of me. I'm gonna toll the dead people. I'm gonna firebolt them and Eldritch Blast. I don't do short sword stuff because I have like a plus. Yeah, I have like a +4 with it to hit, but I have a +7 to hit with any of my cantrips. So yeah, which am I gonna try and hit with?
No, this is
Well,
going to
I
be very
needed
useful.
Cool.
well I needed a melee weapon, but I'm not proficient with short swords, so I just went with the light crossbow.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
since I'm so small, it turned out to be a modified hand crossbow.
Yeah. That's how it really just turned out.
Oh, you have a hand crossbow and a short sword now.
Yay!
Yay. That'll be good until you become Arcane Trickster. Then you'll be wanting to use your firebolt instead of your crossbow. But,
Well,
until
you can
then.
still sneak
But
attack with hand
that's
crossbow
the
though.
thing.
True. Can't you sneak attack with firebolt? I thought you
No.
could.
No.
No, you can't.
Oh,
No,
No.
no. I think my spells are really utilitarian. I can deal a lot of damage with catapult, but like Earth Tremor is really good to put them prone and stop mobility and stuff like that. And
yeah.
soon I'll be conjuring things, and when I conjure things, I can give myself the sneak attack and like don't rely on you to give me the advantage, things like that.
Okay. Yeah, because I try and
And
stay
soak
out
damage,
of
yeah.
melee as much as possible because I'm sneaky.
Uncanny dodge will help a lot. Half damage to attack. It will be good. It will work out.
Steady aim would also help you out as well when you get that.
Steady aim, yeah, it's gonna help. So I'm looking forward to evolve as a rogue, and then I'll start to go back to study magic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good plan. I'm just staying all warlock, I think. I'm pretty sure because I've never played a warlock all the way through. Like I've only multi-classed into warlock for reasons, like to have double sight.
I mean, you could also just take Devil's Sight as a feat, if you're completely honest
I
about it.
think
Yeah.
you still have to be part warlock, but I haven't
No, you
tried
don't.
to do it.
You don't really have to.
Okay.
You can just take. Here, what's the feat called again? Give me a second.
Eldritch Adept.
Yeah, Eldritch Adapt, and then you can just take Devil's Sight.
Yeah. Any invocation that does not have a prerequisite, you can actually take.
Okay.
If you're not a warlock, of course. if you are a warlock and you meet the proper prerequisites, you can also take the feat and get the invocation. So it's similar to the meta magic adept feat, uh, where it's just you get extra sort of like an extra invocation essentially.
Yeah, because I have an artificer, and I went ahead and took the feat so that she could actually see in her own darkness, basically. And then I have another one I turned into 2 levels of warlock so she could get double sight. And because that campaign is the same character, just a different level and everything, so I decided to go ahead and do an artificer warlock and see how much fun that is. And it's pretty awesome because, yeah, it's
Well,
baller
considering as
having
well
warlock
that
spells.
the warlock spell slots are great for artificers.
Yes, it's awesome. I'm like, I love it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it really plays well together. So, but I had to make the choice of going ahead and bringing up some of her. I had to decide between taking level 7 artificer or go to level 2 warlock, and decided to go level 2 warlock because level 7 artificer gives you your flash of genius, which is so clutch in my Monday night games for my artificer of that character, because she's always flash of geniusing people, constantly saving their butts, and it works out so great because she's a major support character, and that's basically, she gets to hit things every now and then. But most of the time she's trying to support the rest of the party as much as possible, but she does end up having to fight
I'm
the
actually
boss
playing
too.
a artificer, a 10th level artificer, and yeah, the Flasher Genius is great.
Yeah.
Save my butt if I were you.
Yep, and your group loves you when they fail their save or their check, and oh, +4 or oh, +5. Yeah, add that to your thing. It's Flash of Genius. Yep.
I think we got a bit of track.
Yeah, off track. Let's go
Off
back.
track. Yep,
Let's do it.
we're still walking along the wall.
Yeah. You know what? All of you give me some perception checks.
Perception.
Yes, perception. Bean will join you in those perception checks.
Awesome. Bean.
I give him one of my rations as a snack.
He just eats it. Well, Mindia notices nothing.
Nothing. No. Do I see a moth flitter by? No, that wasn't a crit fail. So yeah, no.
I rolled a physical dice. Can I roll physical dice? I got a 9 total.
No.
Yeah, you can roll physical dice and they're bad.
If you are willing to, if you would be willing to basically constantly, well, I mean the thing about physical dice with online sessions is that you could cheat easier with them.
Okay, so if you prefer, I'll just roll normal dice. Can I roll for my spider?
Fuck it, why not? Yeah, sure. It has a normal spider sheet.
If I was cheating, would I say I got a 9? That would be like not a very effective way of cheating.
Yeah, you're right.
I would have purposely rolled that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a d10 because it's like no modifiers for a d20.
Yeah. I mean, the bean has one of the highest together with.
Oh yeah, the spider sees nothing. They see a
Well, okay, let's go down the list. Donan. Donan's spider is distracted by a fly.
yeah.
Donan no. Mindia is distracted by Donan's spider, who is distracted by a fly. Donan is distracted by Mindia, who is distracted by the spider, who is distracted by a fly.
Next roll.
Okay, good. Next up, Bean, who got the one pretty high one with 21. would have noticed there's something if there. Wait, Mindia, you have cast the dancing lights, right?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Just to, yeah, make sure we can all see. I'm gonna send them out 120 feet out away from us so that
Just
it's lighting up farther ahead of us, because that's how far ahead I can actually cast it
yeah.
and spread it out into the room, because I think I get four of them.
Yeah. Well, okay, good. I was just asking because Bean basically
Yep.
notices deer and Iron Hand and Gold also both notice a deer.
A deer?
A deer.
Oh, is there a forest nearby?
A deer, a female deer.
Right, let me just fuck.
I'm
Uh,
just gonna play that on the piano.
Friends,
Yes.
do deer normally
Let's
live in caves?
let's kill him to eat because
Depends.
I think. Oh no, we have rations. That's okay.
We have rations. We don't need to kill and deal with that right now. It's not time to sleep anyways, and we'd have to stop and make camp and deal with that. We're fine for now.
Yeah, you're right.
you do see a javelin flying past all of you.
Oh shit.
The scaly friend
A what?
is hungry.
A javelin.
Yeah.
Bean basically threw one of his javelins. It manages to hit the deer and deals max damage. Wow.
Oh fuck.
Basically killing the deer, and he quickly runs, picks it up, and then carries around the deer on his shoulder while you guys just move along, carrying it around.
Hungry?
Bean.
Hungry bean?
Hungry Bean. And every now and then he just takes the bite out of the carcass of the dead deer that he's carrying
Oh,
around now.
bean.
Disgusting bean. I say in Draconic.
Hungry Bean.
What?
It's
Huh?
it's raw bean. It's raw
It's
bean.
Raw tasty.
okay. We got Smeagol here.
Tiny friend, I do believe that you should get your own.
What'd you say, Crusader?
Iron Hand thinks that you're trying to get some of the deer, and I'm cautioning you not to pick a fight with the bigger lizard.
He
I
doesn't
shake my head. I
understand.
shake
We
my
don't
head
understand.
in the negative.
Oh, I'm gonna speak in Draconic now. Bean.
You can
Say
speak.
anything.
How could you speak Draconic? Let me ask you like that.
Comprehend language. I casted it like
You
a
can
few
only
minutes ago.
understand. You can only understand. You cannot speak.
Oh, I can't speak. That's true.
Yeah, you can read and hear it, but you can't speak it.
The only spell that allows you to speak a language and let everybody
It's
understand it.
tongues.
Yeah.
There's tongues. Do clerics get that?
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say the character I was playing last night has both, because it's the level 15, she has both comprehend languages and tongues.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask
Nice.
Gold. Gold, can you ask him where we can find a city or a settlement?
Well, if we keep following
at
the wall, we will get to an opening somewhere.
looks at you. Looks at the lizard. Looks back at you. Shrugs. There.
And I'll just keep moving our dancing lights as we walk along the wall. I've got a couple positioned out to our right, out farther into the cave, and a couple towards the front, one out into the cave and one just straight ahead of us. 120 feet out from all of us, and just keep moving them as we move. I'll just have them go with me the same distance as we move, following our pace. I can make them move up to 60 feet, but my movement's only like 30, so yeah, they won't move any farther than 120 feet away, is as far as they can be away from me. So they'll be right outside of my field, or right at my field of vision, so they'll be lighting up between us and there a little bit. I just kind of want to make sure I'm lighting a little bit for you guys to be able to see ahead of us, but it's keeping us out of their light.
Okay,
Because
interesting.
they don't light up the whole area. They only light up like 60 feet or 30 feet. What is it, 60 feet around them? It's like, so we will be in actual darkness with dancing lights.
I thought it was 10 feet radius.
They are, yep, 10-foot radius. So everybody
cool.
can now see those lights out there. So it's like having lamp posts out at 120 feet around us, and there'll be 10-foot balls of light right
You know how
there.
I'm
So if
feeling?
anything moves around, we can see it right within those bulbs areas, and that'll help you guys be able to kind of see there.
Yeah, you know those deep sea fish that have a little lamp coming out of their forehead?
Exactly, it's like that.
I'm
Anglerfish?
feeling just like this. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, yep. They're floating, but they're four, and they're torch
So we're
size,
just
and
like
they're floating
hiding,
out there. And so that way,
hiding
if
in the dark.
anything, yeah, if anything comes after us, we're not lit up at all. We're still in the darkness. So hopefully, nothing would see us. They would go straight to the lights for whatever reason, moth to a flame, whatever, attract everybody's attention away from us.
Okay,
And
well, as you
and
continue
light
on,
radius
uh,
there.
as you continue on following the wall, light begins to appear around you as you somehow manage to end up in a lit up forest, it seems.
Oh, this is
Right, let me
interesting.
just change the map. I just made a map for that. With glowing water, purple underdark trees, and underdark vegetation in general. And you
Love
can
the
all.
Underdark. I just love purple so much. It's my favorite.
What do you guys do?
I changed headset. Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out to dinner, but
Then should we do a break?
Well, if he's going out to dinner, he might be gone for more than a break.
Yeah, very true.
Okay. What's that?
Hi.
I mean, we can always stop here.
I mean, it would be
It's been 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
It's just been 1 hour since the stream started.
Okay, since we
Oh,
like to
did
be
we?
open about how we run our games,
Mm.
I think we could like go a little like 10 minutes ahead and maybe do a cliffhanger or something. Maybe roll for something to happen.
Well, then please give me
An idea.
perception checks. New perception checks for this forest.
Like just 10 minutes, like just to conclude the, the, the scene, maybe even 5 minutes. I don't know.
Give me a perception check.
I'm opening my skills.
22! I finally rolled good!
21, yes.
Okay, good.
Finally.
First up,
And the
Gold.
up top.
Gold, you sitting on top of Iron Hand's shoulders, see, are distracted by a glowing butterfly.
Ooh, pretty.
The person with the next lowest is Bean, who is currently just eating into his caught deer. Then comes Iron Hand, who notices something in a bush nearby, and Mindia sees also something in the bush, and it seems like it's
So does
inspect.
Raymond, actually, because we rolled like almost the same. But
Yeah, and it is currently. It's you get the thought that it seems like it's checking you out in terms of like prey and hunter, terms like that. And it then
Peeping Tom.
and it then slowly creeps away from the bush it had put an eye on you, and you are unable to see it anymore. And on that note, we then shall end the session because you guys wanted a cliffhanger.
That's cool. That's awesome.
there's something
Thank
in
you.
the
We are being
bushes.
followed.
Yes.
Eh?
Not the bees.
Well, the stream's gonna end in a moment, so have a good one, you guys. I'll just
Alright, have a good week.
bye to the 2 people who are watching this.
Yeah, I think
There are
I'm
two
one of
people watching this.
them.
Yeah, there are only 2 people watching this right now. I think the all-time high was like the record was 9 people, I think.
That's
Oh
cool.
wow.
Wow.
Guys, I'm glad I could play with you. Sorry it was kind of
Yeah.
short.
It happens.
Hey.
Life is important after all.
Yes, it is.
Hopefully we'll be able to talk again later.
Alright. Well, we'll see each other
Bye.
soon. Bye.
See you, Crusader.
Bye,
See
Crusaders.
ya.
I wish you guys a good one as well. We'll see each other tomorrow,
Yeah.
Jasmine. Or more likely hear each other.
Yep.
And
Cool.
Yep. I'm gonna go
Well,
take
thank you
a
for
nap
the game.
before my next game.
yes, do that. You
I
need
got 4
sleep.
hours till my next game. I'm going to sleep.
Sleep some more after you that
Yeah,
game as well.
8 more hours.
Yes, you need that sleep. So for the love of God,
How to?
take your
Are you guys
sleep.
playing the
To
originals?
Do what?
Binging the originals right now. I
Ah,
finished I binged Breaking Bad. I watched the movie, then I watched Better Call Saul. Now I'm on the originals.
I had no idea what that is. Anyways, I wish the 2 of you a good one. I'll
Thanks for the game, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
see you in 2
Bye.
weeks. Bye.
Yep.